Hello friends, in this session we will discuss certain selected programs to familiarize the use of functions in C. In C programming, functions are devoted for performing some special tasks. There are built-in and user defined functions. First we shall study the use of some built-in functions in C, and later we shall go through user defined functions. Now let us see the first program in this session. Here we are trying to find the square root of a number using built-in functions. Let us familiarize with the basic built-in functions in C. One of the built-in mathematical function in C is the sqrt function to find the square root of a number. So, first we shall discuss the algorithm. Step 1, start. Step 2, initialize two variables a and b and read the number a. Step 3, calculate the square root of the number a using sqrt function. Step 4, store the result in the variable b. Step 5, display the value in b. Step 6, stop. Now let us go through the implementation of this algorithm as a C program. Let us now type this program #include math.h. Math.h is a header file which supports the mathematical built-in functions in C. #include stdio.h. Then you start the main function void main within braces, declare the variables x and y as float, then printf please enter the number to find the square root, then scanf %f ampersand sign x, then y is equal to sqrt of x. So, this is the mathematical function we use for finding the square root of x. Then printf square root of %f is %f x comma y, then close the curly brace. In this program, first we initialize two float type variables. One is used for reading and storing the number from user. Then we will use the mathematical function sqrt under the library math.h to calculate the square root of a number. Finally, we display the square root of the given number. While compiling the program in CC or GCC or G++ compiler, use -lm as the optional parameter for math.h library. So, the execution command will be as, you can save and compile this as cc, then the program name dot c -lm. So, after executing the program, we can capture the output like this. You can see that please enter a number to find the square root. Suppose you are entering 16, you can see the output as square root of 16 is 4. Now, let us discuss some useful predefined functions for handling string operations in C. The next program says that find the length of a string and compare two strings and append them using built-in C functions. To study the working of built-in functions in C, we take the example of string functions like strlen, strcmp, strcat, etc. Let us first formulate the algorithm for the problem. Step 1, start. Step 2, enter first name, middle name, last name. Step 3, length of first name equal to strlen first name. Step 4, set comp equal to strcmp first name comma last name. Step 5, if COMP equal to 0, display first name and last name are the same, else display first name and last name are not the same. Step 6, append middle name to first name by strcat, first name middle name. Step 7, append last name to the append name by strcat, first name comma last name. Step 8, display first name. Step 9, stop. Now, let us implement the algorithm as a C program. Let us first type this program hash include stdio.h and hash include string.h. This is the header file which supports the standard built-in string functions in C. Then int main within curly braces you declare f name of size 10 and m name of size 10 and l name of size 10 and full name with size 10. Then int len comp, printf enter first name, scanf percentage s f name, printf enter middle name. You can read this as scanf percentage s m name, then printf enter last name, then scanf percentage s l name, then len equal to strlen f name. Here strlen is a standard function used to find the length of the first name. Then you try to print the length of the first name, printf length of first name equal to percentage d comma len. Then comp equal to strcmp f name comma l name. strcmp is the function used for comparing two strings. Next, if comp equal to 0, printf first name and last name are the same, else printf first name and last name are not the same. strcat f name comma m name. So, strcat is the function used to concatenate two strings. Then again strcat f name comma l name, then strcpy full name comma f name. Here strcpy is used to copy a string name to the string variable. Printf the full name is percentage s full name, then return 0, close the curly brace. The program start with including the header file stdio.h and string.h. The header file string.h is used in case the program requires functions for manipulating strings. Here we are discussing the built-in functions in C related to string. The program inputs first name, middle name and last name. The function strlen finds the length of the first name. The function strcmp compares the first name and last name. If both first name and last name are the same, strcmp returns 0 value. The function strcat appends middle name to first name. Now, first name holds both first name and continued by last name. The next strcat appends last name to the appended first name. So, after the second strcat, the first name holds all first name, middle name and last name in continuation. Let us now compile and execute and see the results. So, in the first case, the system will prompt you enter first name. Suppose you are giving input as A, B, C, the system will prompt you for enter middle name. So, you are entering D, E, then enter last name. There you are giving input as F, G, H. Then the system will give you a result as length of first name equal to 3. First name and last name are not the same, and the final output is the full name is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Now, again you run this program for different inputs. Enter first name, you are entering A A, enter middle name, there you are giving B B B B, enter last name, you are entering A A. The output will be length of first name equal to 2, first name and last name are the same, the full name is A A B B B B A A. Now, let us see another program. We will study about user defined functions. Let us start formulating the algorithm. Step 1, start. Step 2, read two numbers A and B in the main function. Step 3, call the function sum of the integer return type by passing the integers A and B. Step 4, return the sum of A and B to the main function. Step 5, call function PDT of void data type by passing the integers A and B. Step 6, display the product of A and B in PDT. Step 7, call the function SNTNC of void data type. Step 8, display end of this program in SNTNC. Step 9, stop. Now, let us type this program and compile and execute for different inputs. Hash include stdio.h, then you write the function int sum. You can declare the parameters in the function header int num1, int num2, then within curly braces int num3 equal to num1 plus num2, return num3 and close the curly braces. This is your function. Now, you write the second function void PDT int num A, int num B, then in function body you can start the curly brace int num C equal to num A into num B, printf product of two numbers is percentage %d num C. You can stop this function by closing the parenthesis. Then you start the next function void SNTNC. There is no parameters passed to this function, printf end of this program, then close the curly brace. After defining all these three functions, now you are starting the main function int main within braces int A B S, printf enter the two numbers scanf %d ampersand sign A ampersand sign B, then S is equal to sum A B. Here you are calling the function sum by passing two parameters A and B, then printf sum of two number is percentage d comma s. Now, again you are calling the second function p dt by passing two parameters a and b. Then finally, you are calling the third function SNT-NC and return 0 and close the curly brace. In this program, we have defined three user defined functions sum, PDT and SNT-NC. Since we highlight on the implementation of user defined functions and not the mathematical calculation part, we have included operations like addition, multiplication, display, etc. inside the functions. The function sum takes two integer parameters as input and returns an integer output of some value to the main function. The function PDT takes two integer input parameters, but does not return any output value to the main function. The function SNT-NC neither takes an input from the main function nor does it return any parameter to the main function. We can now compile this program and execute and see the result. So, after running this program, you can see the system will prompt for enter the two numbers. You are entering 8 and 5 as input. Then you can see that the output will be displayed as sum of two numbers is 13, product of two numbers is 40 and end of this program. Now, let us move to the next program, which is meant for implementing addition by call by value and call by reference. In this program, we are using C functions to familiarize two methods, namely call by value and call by reference. As in the case of the previous program, we shall take implementation of simple mathematical calculation of addition here, giving importance on the working of both these methods. Let us start from the algorithm. Step 1, start. Step 2, input two numbers a and b in the main function. Step 3, call an addition function for implementing call by value by passing a and b. Step 4, return the result of addition as integer to main function. Step 5, call another addition function for implementing call by reference. Step 6, pass the addresses of variables a, b and c, where c is used to store the result. Step 7, in the function access the value passed by using pointers to those addresses. Step 8, return the address of the variable that holds the result. Step 9, stop. Now, let us implement the program of this algorithm. Hash include stdio.h. Now, you define the first function to familiarize call by value, int num1, int num2. Now, you define the function body, start the curly brace, int num3 equal to num1 plus num2, return num3, then close the brace. Now, let us define the second function to familiarize call by reference, int call by RFRNC and the parameters list int star num a, int star num b, comma int star num c. and in the function body within the curly brace star num c equal to star num a plus star num b, then close the brace. Then you define the main function int main within curly brace int a b s1 s2. Printf, enter the two numbers scanf %d ampersand sign a ampersand sign b. Then you call the first function by passing the parameters a and b, that is s1 equal to call by value a b. Printf, sum using call by value equal to %d comma s1. Now you call the second function by pass by reference, call by rfrnc. As parameters list you can call using ampersand sign a comma ampersand sign b comma ampersand sign s2. Then printf, sum using call by reference equal to %d comma s2. Now return 0, then close the curly brace. The program start with main function accepting two integer values a and b. There is a call to function call by value passing a and b. The function computes the sum and returns the sum to main function as integer to the variable s1. Next, the function called by rfrnc is called by passing the addresses of the variables a, b and c, where c intend to hold the value of the sum. The function accesses the values using pointers as star a and star b. The sum is calculated using pointers to the addresses and the addresses of the result is returned in ampersand sign s2. Now you compile this program and execute it. You can see that the system prompt for enter the two numbers. Suppose you are giving 4 and 9 as input, the output will be sum using call by value equal to 13 and sum using call by reference equal to 13. Now let us move to the next program. To find even numbers and sum of numbers within a limit using function recursion. Here a function will have a call to itself inside it. Let us find the even numbers and sum of numbers within a range using recursion. Let us first see the algorithm. Step 1, start. Step 2, input the limit in the main function. Step 3, call the function even of void data type for checking a number is even by passing the limit. Step 4, in even step 4a, if number modulo 2 equal to 0, print the number. Step 4a, if limit greater than 1, decrement the limit, call even passing new limit. Step 5, the main function set s is equal to 0. Step 6, call the function sum of integer data type by passing limit as s. Step 7, in sum step 7a, if limit is greater than 0, s is equal to s plus limit. Decrement limit, then call sum with s as limit. Step 7b, else return s. Step 8, display the sum returned by both the functions. Step 9, stop. Now we can implement this algorithm as a C program. Let us first type this program hash include stdio.h, then first function void even int I within curly brace, if I modulo 2 equal to 0, printf percentage d I, if I greater than 1 I minus minus, then again you call the function even inside this function, that is even I, then close 2 curly braces. Then you start with the next function sum, int sum int I int s within curly brace, if I greater than 0 within curly brace s is equal to s plus I, then I minus minus. Then here again you are calling the function sum inside this function itself, that is sum I comma s, then close the curly brace, else return s, then close the curly brace. Finally, you are entering the main function int main within curly brace int lim comma a comma I equal to 0, printf enter a limit scanf percentage d ampersand sign lim, then printf the even numbers within the limit are, then you call the function even lim, printf sum of numbers within the limit are, then a equal to sum of lim comma I, printf percentage d a return 0, then close the curly brace. The program start with the main function accepting the limit. The function even of void data type takes integer parameter. Even checks the numbers within the limit are even by modulo 2 operation by calling itself limit reaches 1. The function sum of integer data type takes integer data type limit and a sum value which is set as 0 initially. The function calls itself to add all numbers within the limit. Now, let us compile this program and see the result. After running, you can see the prompt as enter a limit. Suppose you are entering 10 as input, the output will be the even numbers within the limit are 10, 8, 6, 4 and 2. Sum of numbers within the limit are 55. Now, let us go through the next program to check if the two strings are same or not using functions in C. Now, let us consider a program which discuss the implementation of predefined and user defined functions in a single program. Here we are again considering the function strcmp for string comparison inside a user defined function. The problem is to enter two strings, pass them to a function which checks the similarity and displays same if they are similar. Otherwise, the functions calls another function which prints enter same strings. Let us first go through the algorithm. Step 1, start. Step 2, in the main function accept two strings s1 and s2. Step 3, call the function compr of void data type to compare the strings. Step 4, in function COMPR, step 4a, apply built-in function strcmp to check similarity. Step 4b, set C equal to strcmp S1 S2. Step 4c, if C equal to 0, display the strings are the same. Step 4d, else call function prnt. Step 5, in function prnt, display enter same strings. Now, let us implement this algorithm as a C program. Let us first type this program #include stdio.h, #include string.h, then the function void prnt within curly brace printf, enter the same strings, then close the curly brace. Now, let us type the next function void COMPR char S1 comma char S2, then within curly brace int C equal to strcmp S1 S2, then if C equal to 0, printf the strings are the same, else prnt semicolon, then close the curly brace. Now, you enter the main function int main within curly brace char str1 of size 20, str2 of size 20, then printf, enter the string 1 scanf %s str1, printf, enter the string 2 scanf %s str2, then COMPR str1 comma str2 return 0 and close the curly brace. In this program, as you can see, we have used two user defined functions, where one function calls another function on a condition. The function COMPR takes two string parameters and is of void data type, whereas the function prnt of void data type does not take any parameter. Now, let us compile this program and run for the result. You see the system prompt for enter the string 1. Suppose you are entering A, B, C, D, E, F, the system will prompt for enter the string 2. Here you are entering A, B, C as input. Now, the output will be enter the same strings. Let us now again run this program and see the result for some other inputs. The system prompt for enter the string 1, you are entering QWERT as input. Now, for enter the string 2, you are giving the same input as QWERT. Now, you can see the result, the strings are the same. Thank you for watching this program. See you in the next session with a new topic. Until then, bye.